Welcome to another episode of Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks, the podcast that's never scripted. One more time. The podcast that's never scripted. Is that better?
You did it.
I'm your host, Matt, and with me, as always, is your co-host, Garrett.
I'm Garrett.
Hi, Garrett. What are we watching this evening?
We're going to watch 1999's She's All That.
And who picked this movie?
You picked this movie, Matt.
Why did I pick this movie?
Because you won the bet, Matt.
I just keep on keeping on. Just trucking down the road with the keeping and the trucking, and I just keep winning. It just, all I do is win, no matter what.
I'm unfamiliar with the reference.
Do you have something to say?
I'm unfamiliar with the reference, and also, I was going to work in some sort of like captain of the SS Winnow. Oh, man.
Yeah, right? Come on.
Oh, missed opportunity for me.
I know.
SS Winnow.
Get on your feet. Get up and make it.
Are you very caffeinated right now?
I'm very medicated right now. So either way is fine.
All right.
This movie was in She's All That is 1999. We said that already. Directed by Robert Iskov. Besides this, directed Boys and Girls, From Justin to Kelly, and Love and Dancing. Not and, N.
I feel like I only know From Justin to Kelly as one of the notoriously like one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was based off of American Idol, so how good could it possibly be?
Much excite.
Very much excite.
So, who's in this movie?
I'm not there yet. Written by R. Lee Fleming Jr., whose only other major motion picture credit is Get Over It.
No idea.
Yeah, literally nothing else.
No idea.
Okay.
Back to my original question. Who's in this movie, Matt?
Freddie Prinze Jr., Rachel Lee Cook, Matthew Lillard, and Paul Walker. Paulie Walks.
I forgot Paul Walker was in this movie.
He's like the douchebag guy.
R.I.P.
Well, R.I.P. I mean, yeah, he's the character of a I'm not saying he's a douchebag.
Well,
or
like
was.
R.I.P. Paul Walker.
Right, yeah, no, okay.
R.I.P. Was Rachel Lee Cook in anything else like of note that you can think of?
She was in that this is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Was she that?
She was the one that she was
anti-drug campaign.
The famous commercial where she starts destroying the kitchen. And this is what it does to your family.
That's her?
Yeah, that's her.
Wow.
Come on, bruh. I don't think there's... I mean, I'm sure there's other things.
I can't think of her from a single...
She's in Get Carter. Anyway, there's actually a really, really deep cast, but I'm just not going to go through it now.
That's totally fine. This is like another movie with like a Freddie Prinze Jr. Matthew Lillard team up.
Yeah, other than Scooby-Doo.
No,
and Scooby-Doo 2.
They're also in Wing Commander together, that like sci-fi movie that was based on a video game.
Wing Commander.
Which I really love that movie.
I forgot about that movie. Hello?
Was that a text alert?
No, that would be the fairies coming down to bless this house with their magical fairy dust.
So was the text alert then?
Yeah, it was my Ring doorbell. There's someone at the door. I'm not going to get it. Anyway, this movie... Oh, I don't know. I lost myself.
I was talking about Matthew Lillard and...
Yeah, it's a Wing Commander. Right.
I also...
Do you have more, like, print...
I feel like Matthew Lillard might have been in Summer Catch, that Freddie Prinze Jr. Jessica Biel movie.
Was that when he was a baseball player?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's real.
I feel like that may be real.
I mean, when you say it's got a deep cast, like, what do you even...
Okay, so besides the people that I've mentioned, it's got Kieran Culkin, Kevin Pollak, Anna Paquin, Eldon Henson, Usher, Lil Kim, Gabrielle Union, Dule Hill... Like, pretty deep cast.
Yeah. Usher. Man, I forgot. Usher's in... I've seen this movie. You've seen this movie?
I've seen this movie probably not in, like, 20 years.
Yeah, probably not since it came out.
Right.
But, yeah,
I think... That's exactly 20 years.
It's a 20-year-old film.
Oh, no.
You old. So...
That made me feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, that made me feel bad about me. Yeah, that's actually, like, crazy that this is 20 years old, but I don't think I've seen it since, like, maybe the early 2000s.
I mean, I know the basic story, but the only thing I really remember about this movie is right about now, the Funk Show Brother. Check it, right? Come on, just me. You know that it's in this movie. And Sixpence None the Richer.
I do remember Sixpence None the Richer because I feel like they worked the movie into the video for that.
I'm sure they
the
did that a
music video for
lot
that.
around this time.
Yeah. I just want to let you know I did just confirm that he was in Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Wow.
Do you think they're like friends?
I'm sure they're probably friends.
And it's like, hey, I got some work. I noticed.
Do you also need some work?
I noticed you need work.
And that being said, now Matthew Lillard's in like a bunch of movies, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is retired from acting.
Yeah, but like
Besides like voice acting, I believe. I think he wasn't he just in Star Wars Rebels. He was one of the main characters.
Oh yeah,
in Star
he
Wars
is.
Rebels. Yeah.
Wow.
Deep pull.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
All right. Is there any trivia like at all for this movie?
Sure, plenty of trivia.
Is there like one tiny bit of trivia?
There's like several pieces of trivia.
Hit me, Matt.
This is the last film ever reviewed by Gene Siskel, who gave it a favorable review.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Wow, Gene Siskel died that long ago?
Yeah. I mean, it might have been slightly after. He might have been a couple of years, but he probably stopped doing reviews.
Huh.
The film debut of Gabrielle Union, Lil' Kim, which I actually thought Gabrielle Union's film debut was the cheerleading movie.
Bring It On.
Bring It On. Apparently, M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalama Ding Dong, claimed to have ghostwritten this movie. And apparently did add story points, but then the script was handed back to Fleming to finish.
What?
I know, right? I read that on the trivia. I was like, what's happening here?
I now have to pay attention for what sort of crazy twist is either there or could have been there.
Josh Hartnett was considered for the role of Zach, which is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s role.
I like interchangeable. Like I like Freddie Prinze Jr. better.
Yeah, me
also,
too.
is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But I feel like interchangeable.
Sure.
Fine.
Lily Sobieski, Mina Savari, and Jordana Brewster all auditioned for Lainey, which is Rachel Lee Cook's role.
I think of Rachel Lee Cook as Lily Sobieski sometimes, like a little bit.
You get them.
Like with like, I guess she has lighter hair, but like that can be changed.
Mina Savari would have been fine in this.
Oh, and Mina Savari would, yeah. Mina Savari I only know from like American Pie
And American Beauty.
and yeah,
Just really anything with the word American.
with America,
in it,
yeah.
American.
Oh, she's so American.
Ooh. The movie is an adaptation of the play Pygmalion, which I also feel like around this time they were just taking all these old plays and like stories and like making them like 10
Things I Hate About You.
Right,
yeah.
is Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean this is not around the time, but Easy A's Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, that's like
Much later.
2006, I want to say. I don't know.
I would say even probably later than that, probably 2011.
2018.
Hey, filmed at the same high school that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was filmed at.
Ooh, gonna look out for that actually.
And along the same lines of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there's apparently a cameo of Sarah Michelle Gellar in this movie. And Milo Ventimiglia from Gilmore Girls and Heroes and
This Is Us.
This Is Us. That's what I was really trying to pull that out. I couldn't get
he's
there.
the dad, and he dies. Sorry,
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Spoilers for This Is Us.
So, what are we drinking in this episode, man?
Listen, I'm gonna.
Matt was in charge of the beer.
I was in charge of the movie, so I was in charge of the beer, right?
Yep.
And that.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's changed like 8 times
Yep.
since but I couldn't find anything. So I remember a part in the middle of the movie where like Freddie Prinze Jr. like gets up on like this slam poetry stage and does some hacky sack thing where he's doing like I don't know, like free verse poetry.
I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
Oh, it's bad.
I'm stoked for it though.
Yeah, so we're drinking Poetry is What Gets Lost in Translation by Evil Twin Brewing.
Maybe. I know we've said this before. Maybe the actual loosest connection we've had to a
this
movie.
may be the one. Like this may be the absolute bottom of the barrel.
But there is a brief scene involving poetry
in motion,
and you know,
like
the
I
word
would
poetry is in the name of the beer.
if we could watch Lost in Translation, maybe I would have used this instead. But
It's like our second Evil Twin. We had
listen,
the Check Please, right?
yes,
I can't remember.
Yes,
I don't know if we've had any other Evil
we
Twins.
may have had another one. But as far as I can remember, it's the second Evil Twin.
It was great.
We take what we can get.
What is it? What kind of beer
It's
is it?
a New England IPA. It's about 7%.
Real juicy,
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
yeah,
Like
juicy, like a
juicy.
juicy,
Sure.
not so piney, not so hoppy.
Oh no. Oh, certainly
Oh,
not.
certainly not.
Oh no, not for me.
But we shall find out.
Yeah,
Find out.
I'm excited. Is it like are they pints and 7%?
Oh, you bet.
Ooh.
We're back to like regular size cans for regular size people.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited about that. All right. I have a terrible bet. You ready?
Okay.
Makeover montage, because we all know, like, I remember this is like kind of like an ugly duckling sort of like metamorphosis
No, you're right.
type of tale, right? Like a
duck tail.
like someone finding their confidence and like realizing like they were great all along. You know,
life is like a hurricane.
Life
Finds
a
a way.
way. You know. That's I think that'll be the message of this movie ultimately. But
the only other thing that I can think of as a bet is that I know that Usher plays like the school DJ in this movie.
You know if he sings?
No,
because he doesn't sing.
I actually was thinking, does he interact with the rest of the cast of this movie, or is he like just the mysterious DJ at the school?
No, I think I remember
he interacts with them.
Now that like I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Okay, so you want to say whether specifically makeover montage or any kind of montage?
Well, the only two types of montages I could imagine in this movie are like a falling in love montage.
The only kinds of montages there really are.
No,
I'm just kidding.
But like a falling in love montage or like a makeover montage.
Sure.
So do you want to bet any montage?
No, you made the bet. You make the call.
Well, I mean,
I just feel like you're hedging your bets here now.
Mm-hmm,
and I don't care for it. Because I'll be honest, I want to win to continue this streak, but I also kind of want to lose because this is getting tiring.
Yeah, you look exhausted.
I feel exhausted.
Yeah, you look exhausted. And clearly running out of ideas.
Well, that's just mean.
Just like...
I feel like I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best.
Out. You know?
You always do this.
Tapped out. So I'm gonna say makeover montage.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say that, of course, yes, definitely there has to be a makeover montage. I don't remember whether or not there is, but yes. Which means you have to say...
No, there is not.
No, there is not a makeover.
Great.
You say no.
Great.
I say yes.
Great.
You say no because you have to.
I love this.
Because I made you.
I love this.
All right, so that's the bet. We're going to go drink some Poetry is What Gets Lost in Translation, New England IPA from Evil Twin Brewing.
I love this.
And watch 1999's She's All That.
I love this. I love this.
I can't tell if you're...
Come on, let's go. Let's watch this movie.
So if you've seen it, keep listening. If not, pause us here. And as always, we're sorry for whatever happens next. Cue the music, Matt!
But I didn't get to say mine. I didn't...
Cue the music now.
No. But we'll see you on the other side. Let's flush this turd.
And we're back. Broad strokes, Matt. How'd you feel about this movie?
Garrett, I have to say, I do believe that this movie may have been wigging.
I am not wigging.
You might have wigged.
I wigged a little bit.
Yeah. This movie was wiggity whack.
Did they say wiggity whack? They definitely said wiggin'.
No, they said wiggin'.
Like a bunch.
I'm just.
You're totally wigging. And she was like, I am not wigging. Anyway, broad strokes. How'd you feel about this movie?
This movie was whack.
This movie was a snoozer.
Yeah, I remember it being such like a touchstone when we were younger. It came out.
I remember being pretty entertained by it back in the day.
And now watching it back, I'm just like, what the fuck? This is going on forever.
It definitely dragged.
Right?
Yeah, it definitely dragged.
There was very little that kept me going. Matthew Lillard kept me going.
I thought Matthew Lillard was it was totally tangential. Everything he did was everything funny he did was some stupid tangent sort of thing, but it was a breath of fresh air.
Hilarious.
A breath of creme fraiche air.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche air.
Creme fraiche. Right? What did you think? Broad strokes.
Snooze.
We said that. Yeah.
You want to hit the beer real quick, and then we'll do 3 sentences?
Yeah, we can hit the beer. I have it right here.
So we drank
Evil Twin Brewing's Poetry is What Gets Lost
in Translation.
I thought maybe I was going to do it because I had the beer, but since you started doing it, then we started doing it in sync, and then
1, 2, 3. Poetry is what gets lost in translation.
One more time though,
you fucked it up.
Yeah, one more time.
You fucked it
Ready?
up.
1, 2, 3.
Poetry is what gets lost in translation. It was great. It was actually like really delicious. It tasted like orange soda more than a beer.
I don't know if it tasted like orange soda. There's definitely a citrus to it, but like it wasn't super juicy. I'm sorry. It's juicy texturally, but I didn't find it super fruity.
It wasn't terribly sweet. It was definitely sweet, but it wasn't too sweet. But also, Matt, who loves orange soda?
I believe Kel does.
You're right. That's correct. Kel does, in fact, love orange soda.
Speaking of Kel.
All that reboot. Yeah.
Produced by Kenan Thompson. That's fucking
excited.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, probably not for us, but still exciting.
Who knows?
Who knows?
There'll be nostalgia there.
Nostalgetic? Is that a...
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I really love this beer. This beer was good. It was, it was pretty boozy.
Would drink again.
Would drink again. If we had kept going, we'd probably been like on the floor with it, but like it was definitely very good.
I'm still going. I have it right here. It's hang on.
Stop doing this. Hey Matt.
Yeah.
Spare us your mouth sounds.
I don't.
I was expecting you to come in with like. No, that's not. Don't double down. Oh God. You know, this is just...
Speaking of mouth sounds, can we talk about all the bad ADR in this?
There was a lot of bad ADR in this movie, yeah.
Like at the beach, I kind of got it. Like, you know, you got the waves crashing, you got like the wind from the water.
And I'll even give you on the streets of whatever city they were in.
That's what I was going to say. It was on the streets, it's kind of unforgivable to me. Like any other movie.
Like cars passing and shit. Like, I get it. Like, I get that it would be ADR, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't forgive that it was bad ADR.
Sure.
What was it, like audio?
Audio digital replacement, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, they basically have someone like come in and like do like they basically do an audio track like we're doing now and try to match it to
the lips moving on the video screen.
And it just doesn't match up like at the beach
or in the road.
At the road.
Or really just ever.
I think there were a bunch of times actually where it seemed that way. But do you want to do 3 sentences or less?
Yes.
All right, you go.
Most popular kid in school is challenged to a bet that he can't turn any girl into prom queen. 1 sentence. He is challenged to take the quote-unquote dorkiest girl in school to prom and make her prom queen. That's 2 sentences. 3rd sentence is while trying to change her into a prom queen, he learns more about her and actually falls in love. But due to societal pressure, there's a little bit of a tumultuous time there. 3rd sentence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay. All right, it's me. Now it's me.
Do you have
up to me?
Can you do it more concisely?
I think so.
Okay. Show your work. Right about now. Funk show, brother. Check it out now. Sorry. Funk show.
We'll get to soundtrack, Matthew. All right, so most popular guy in school is broken up with by his girlfriend, who is the most popular girl in school. 1. Rival guy bets most popular guy in school that he can't make any girl into a prom queen. 2.
Your 2nd sentence sounds a lot like my 1st sentence.
Most popular guy in school tries to turn artsy alternative girl into prom queen and in the process falls for her. 3.
Hilarity ensues.
Oh, I missed hilarity ensues.
Here's the thing. Hilarity didn't ensue.
Yeah, no, this like isn't really much of a comedy. Like there were a handful of like comedic moments, I guess.
Moment?
I didn't like laugh. Really?
Yeah,
I didn't laugh. No. Like no good chuckles. No solid chuckles.
No chortles. No real good yucks.
No oh Matt, what are those like? They're like the jelly candies and they're all different colors and they come in like a...
Those are also chuckles. You said chuckles already.
No, that can't be the name.
No, it's a chuckle. I mean, they've got like the sugar on top and they're like jelly. Yeah, those are chuckles.
Good and plenties.
Nope, no, you're thinking those are little like pill. Those almost look like pills. They should probably not sell those anymore.
Matt, you shouldn't take pills.
Well, I need my pills.
So, I mean, I think I hit it. I think we both hit it, but I think I hit it. Like, that's the plot, right? It's like a mean bet from popular boys that they can turn, like, this artsy alternative, unpopular girl into the prom queen, right?
Yeah.
And Freddie Prinze
Prince
is the...
He's my Prince. I want to be his Prince.
He's class president. He's, like, the shoo-in for prom king. Like, no one's going to beat him. And he's dating a girl named Taylor Vaughn.
Of course, he is.
Popular girl in school. She leaves him for Matthew Lillard
after going to spring break in Florida and like meeting him at the MTV Beach House.
And he was like he's a star of The Real World.
He's a real puck. He's a real puck.
He's a real puck archetype. Yeah, for sure. He like. I don't know. They show clips of him on The Real World. He like farts on set and like
really just
eats
gets
his own toenails.
Gets under the skin of everybody around him and gets thrown out of the house like Puck.
Yeah, I was gonna say like like Puck.
Much like Puck.
Like the character from Shakespeare.
No, I was going with the character from Real World from like San Diego. Not San Diego, San Francisco.
There was a person named Puck.
Yeah,
I knew that. I was just stop.
Hey, you kids out there. There was a character named Puck. Look him up.
Oh my god. Is The Real World still on?
No, there could not be.
I feel like
it's just my life.
I feel like there's something in its stead.
Wasn't it like The Real World and then there was Road Rules and then they like did the Real World Road Rules challenge.
And then I think it just became the challenge.
Yeah. I think if anything that's probably still on.
That's where we left our intrepid heroes. At the challenge.
That's where we left our intrepid heroes and our self-respect.
Yeah. But he's a character. Like, I mean, he's like a cartoon character. He's a cartoon character. Like, he's absolutely hysterical.
He's probably the best part of this movie.
He's the most comedic part of the movie, I think, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lainey, played by
Rachel Lee Cook.
Rachel Lee Cook. Her mom has passed away. She lives with her dad, played by Kevin Pollak, who I love.
I do too. And actually, one of my favorite bits of the movie is him sitting at home, like watching Jeopardy, and every question he just yells out an answer, and it's always wrong.
Every single one is wrong. Yeah, that's really good. And her little brother, played by Kieran Culkin,
also great.
Igby Goes Down himself. Did you ever see Igby Goes Down? It's a good movie.
No.
It's Kieran Culkin. I think Amanda Peet. It's sad though. I remember.
It's a sad one.
Oh, that's a sad one. Kevin Pollak also currently watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I don't know what that is.
He plays one of the parents on it. He's awesome.
Is that about like cartoon mice? It sounds like it's about cartoon mice.
It's
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I'm gonna let you
think that
it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
So she lives just like with her brother and her dad. Her mom has passed away.
She's
she's
the real adult in the family.
But that's also like they explain that's why she like doesn't really care about like dressing particularly like quote unquote feminine or
she's
like
hard.
Dealing with makeup or whatever. Well, it's like she's a little like hardened and she like doesn't really give a shit about that stuff. But also like I think they kind of make her seem quasi tomboy-ish. Like,
well, they do say flat out what. I'm sorry, there's no spoilers to this. We know what happens here, but like when Freddie Prince's sister comes to make her over, she's like, "You really never wore makeup?" And she was like, "Well, my mom died before like I got into any of this stuff, so like I just didn't have a frame of reference."
Yeah, so they kind of established that, and she's kind of like one of the art kids at school.
She was an indoor kid.
She's definitely an indoor kid, but even among the art kids, like there are like other mean art kids that like bully her. I was gonna say,
what is that about? That was a weird like. Not like weird. It was just like kind of an unnecessary extra thing to put in there.
I thought it served no purpose whatsoever.
It really didn't, except for to show that like she can get hers. Like when they're at the party and she like does the makeup to that girl.
Right. So in the very beginning, she's bullied by other art people who are probably bullied by other non-art people. But she, like, the only time it ever comes back is she's, like, at a party and she's, like, all dressed up.
At Dule Hill's parents' house.
At Dule Hill's parents' house while they're in Vegas.
Vegas!
And, the art girl is sitting on the floor in the bathroom throwing up. And
Lainey goes to help her.
Lainey goes to help her, and then after she helps her, she's like, "How does it feel that someone like me, who can go to any art school they want,
I'm rich,
and you're cleaning up my puke?" And like, it's funny. That's like a brief funny moment because Lainey then like makes her look like a clown with makeup or
that's
whatever.
Not funny. That actually like is fucked up.
No, but like it served no plot purpose whatsoever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I don't think you needed to add this additional wrinkle of, like, she's even kind of persecuted among, like, what the clique that you would think was her clique, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone else in the movie, for the most part, is mean to her. Like, like at least in the beginning.
I will say I did like that they steered away from, like, the best friend's also in love with her. Like, the Eldon Hansen character wasn't like...
Foggy Nelson from Marvel's Daredevil.
Or
Fulson, Bash Brother number...
Fulson?
Yeah, Fulson,
Yeah.
Bash Brother number 1 from the Mighty Ducks franchise.
Yeah. Yes.
Just making sure we were on the same page,
We're on the same page, Garrett.
Yeah, I was actually glad he wasn't in love with her also, because it would have been like a real Pretty in Pink Ducky scenario.
Where everyone's rooting for him.
And I don't need that.
No one needs that.
I don't need the dorky friend, you know,
I
like
definitely don't need...
through in the end.
I definitely don't need another Ducky situation.
Oh, certainly not.
Because Ducky just wasn't for me.
I thought he was like actually like kind of nice. I think his name was Jesse Jackson in it, which was hysterical.
My name's Jesse Jackson and I can't dance.
Yeah. He was a nice character. He was a good friend.
There were actually a couple of characters in this that that endeared themselves to me in like very quick time.
Yeah.
Well, Dule Hill, I just love Dule Hill in general.
But he was also like he was good. Like he wasn't particularly like an asshole.
Here's what I was surprised by.
What?
Gabrielle Union.
I loved that she hopped the fence.
Yeah.
She hopped the fence and came
was
to
like,
Team Laney.
I love that.
You know? Team Laney versus Team Taylor, am I right?
We're kind of jumping all over the place. Should we do plot a little more concisely, or?
I mean, you jumped, Matt.
I know. I'm sorry. So where were we? She lives with her dad and her brother. She's nerdy. She's part of the art crew. The bet takes place after the fact. Okay, I'm sorry. Taylor breaks up with what's his character's name? There's
Zach.
Zach. Yeah.
Cool guy name.
Cool guy. Yeah. So Zach gets broken up with, and him and Fast and the Furious are having an argument. Polly Walks are having an argument about like, I don't need her. There are a million girls at the school, and I can make any of them prom queen.
And Paul Walker's like, no, are you kidding? That's Taylor Vaughn we're talking about. There's
She's
no one like her. Right.
Yeah.
So then they bet. They make the bet.
They make a bet.
That, like, you know, Freddie Prinze Jr. says, like, I can make any girl prom queen with the right clothes and the right boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Which is, like, a little presumptuous. He's like, are you kidding? I can do anything.
The first time we see him, we see his face, he's looking at himself in a fucking picture. Like,
that is true. We first meet him, and he's looking at a portrait of himself on the wall. And I was like, oh.
He's like, squeaky, squeaky. Like... cleaning his picture.
I also love the bet sequence when they're like gonna when they're picking who they're gonna bet on.
What about her?
And there's like a couple of girls that are just like not dressed provocatively, but otherwise totally normal looking. And then there's like a girl like really picking her butt, and then like. And then there's like Lainey, who's just like wearing she's like a totally regular looking person that's wearing a smock, and she just trips as she's going upstairs, and they're like, "Oh, that clumsy paint covered goober." Well, she's way worse than the butt picking girl.
It's kind of the first time that the movie like falls into self parody for me, because like at that scene, I just remember Not Another Teen Movie, like, no, not her. She's got glasses and her hair in a ponytail. What am I supposed to do? And I was like, oh, it's almost identical to that scene.
It really is. Oh, Not Another Teen Movie, like, just, like, nails this movie to the wall. It's incredible.
Like pretty hard.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But, like, there is no real issue, like, whatsoever with Lainey. And the fact that she is worse to them than serious butt-picking in public girl is, like, mind-blowing to me. I feel like that's a way bigger issue. Yeah, just gratuitous butt picking. Just digging in and digging in.
What did he say? It was like...
I don't know.
You're right.
I don't know. Paul Walker says something about butt picking. Who knows?
I'm going to cut the audio in right there. Serious butt picking. Yeah, butt picking.
Yeah, so whatever. So she, you know, he kind of starts like stalking her.
Which she actually acknowledges too. She's like, stalking is illegal in all 50 states.
Well, let's call a spade here. He's pretty aggressive. He just like shows up at her work and then like follows her around in school,
Shows
and
up
then
at her
shows
house.
up at her home where she lives
Yeah.
in privacy.
Well, when he first shows up to her at school, he starts talking to her little brother. She like covers her little brother in like a jacket and is like, "Let's go. We need to get out of here." It was almost like he was like assaulting them. Excuse me.
He we looked at her we looked at each other during this, and we're like, is he like, are they afraid he's going to attack them or abduct the brother or abscond with the brother, or I don't know. It was kind of like a weird thing. Like and I think she just assumed that like he was going to be mean. Like, why would he be talking to them other than to be mean? Because he's class president, captain of the soccer team.
Not football team though. Not the football team.
Bold choice.
What, soccer?
Bold
well, I mean,
choice.
They do a lot more running, and I mean, I've got nothing. I can't defend soccer.
You're trying to validate soccer.
I can't defend soccer.
Well, I just feel like, they run for like a full 90 minutes.
That's actually
it's a lot more cardio. Like
the only thing I can say about soccer.
You get them a lot of credit. And like the hand-eye coordination involved in soccer is like a lot more strenuous.
I would imagine it's probably foot-eye coordination, but it's like not hand-eye
coordination,
because
their head, and then they're bouncing off their feet, and then they're bouncing off their head, but never their hands. But never their hands. But never their hands. They're not allowed to use their hands.
Some of them get to use their hands.
Inbounds, never in hand.
No, but like if
the
goalie
then
gets to use their hands,
but otherwise it's just head and foot and head and foot and head and foot and running and running and running and head and foot.
I got tired.
You make me tired. So, I don't know. So he like stalks her out. Here's the thing about this movie. It kind of condones him being aggressive, like him pursuing her aggressively.
It's got a lot of questionable messages.
Oh, it totally does.
One of the main messages, you're not good enough the way you are.
Oh, that's like, I wrote that down. Like the core of this message is, you're not perfect just the way you are. Like, you're not even okay just the way you are. Like, oh, you're wearing glasses? Have you ever tried contacts? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you, bro.
Oh, my God. One of the other hysterical, like, assumptions this movie makes, and I think it's, like, I've noticed it's more of a thing from like, teen movies in this era of teen movies, and it has become less of a thing in later teen movies, where it kind of presumes that everyone's having sex all the time. Like, there's multiple points where, like, Taylor Vaughn is just, like, in Matthew Lillard's bed, like, kissing his shirtless chest, or Paul Walker's like, oh, well, I mean, it's really apparent you haven't gotten any in a while, and that's probably distracting you. And it's just
when we first meet him, too, he's, like, telling a story about how he hooked up with, like, a stewardess on the plane, and Dooley Hill's like, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. Like, it just has this, like, it exists in an environment where apparently all of these minors are just getting after each other, Hey,
man, that's just high school, though, right?
No.
Wait.
Was
that not how it was for high school for you?
Matt, that's not how high school is.
I vaguely remember high school being that way. If movies have taught me anything,
it's that I remember high school that way. If movies have taught me anything, it's that I remember high school being in no way in touch with reality.
I remember high school being nothing like the one that I went to.
Yeah, I was very popular and the captain of the football team. And also, there was that one time in high school where you and I bet each other that, like, I couldn't make any girl prom queen.
Well, why you? I mean, I was the most popular kid in school. I just feel like I would have been the one making them. But you would have been I
remember it very clearly.
I feel like you would have been like the real Fast and Furious, Polly Walks type character, being like, "What's up, bro?"
Do you really think I could be a Paul Walker?
I mean, I feel like you could be a Paul Walker type, but kind of mixed with Seth Rogen, like.
So, like, hilarious and a Paul Walker type?
Oh, I meant more like portly and bad acting, but yeah, sure, that works too.
Just breathing into a paper bag. I don't know, man. There's there are things to talk about, but just general plot wise,
the plot's very straightforward.
It's such a snooze. He's like, then he starts bringing around his friends, and like some of his friends go for her and think she's a really nice girl, and then some of his friends are like,
yeah. What's the other chick's name? The not Gabrielle.
Chick Matt.
Oh, god damn it! Shut up. Gabrielle Union's friend, who's like kind of more of a bitch to her than Gabrielle Union.
I don't remember. She's like petite. I don't know.
She's very petite.
The short little girl. I have no idea.
You called her Gretchen Wieners a handful of times.
Yeah. Well, she struck me as a Gretchen Wieners type.
An archetype of right.
She
was annoying. Lil' Kim was in this movie, but like had maybe one line.
I think she had one speaking line, which is when they call Paul Walker's name at graduation at the end, just before the credits. She's like, "They're calling your name."
Good for you, Lil' Kim. Good for you.
Nailed it. Speaking line. She's in there.
Also, for musical artists, Usher, and I was fucking right. That should have been the goddamn bet. I mean, I won both. Anyway, God.
So what was the bet going to be that you wanted?
I wanted the bet to be that Usher doesn't interact with any of the main characters ever, and he doesn't. They only have him in these like kind of dark like closets, like. Well,
it's all self-contained, so he's supposed to be like the school's radio station. So it shows him in like a small room doing that a couple of times.
Okay, earthquakes.
And then it shows him in the DJ booth at the prom, and that's it.
And they have a long shot of whatever the DJ at the prom, but it's so long that you can't even.
Anyone.
Yeah, it could be anyone. This Usher showed up for filming for about 2 days on the set, maybe.
If that. Also found out that Usher's name is Usher Raymond.
Yeah, that is how he was credited.
Mind blown. Let's talk about that scene with Usher at the end at the prom.
Right about now.
So Fatboy Slim. What's that song? I said the name before. Oh, the
Gangster Hustle.
No, it's the something skank. Like, cause the skank was like an old, like it was a dance, right? Isn't that like the ska dance?
Yes.
Oh god, the Rockefeller Skank.
Fatboy
Slim. So Usher is like DJing the prom, and he's like, "All right, earthquakes, everybody get up here and dance to the song, just like I taught you."
I know you've been practicing.
And it's like a choreographed dance
where all of the main characters have no idea what's going on.
But like a couple of them are in it. Like Dule Hill's doing the dance, and Taylor Vaughn, whoever that is, like, is doing the dance.
They're in it for about but in like snippets, like very tiny, very quick cut snippets, and then it just cuts to all these nobodies doing a choreographed dance.
It kind of reminded me of like the beginning of Austin Powers, like how it turns into that, like it's not a choreographed dance, and then it turns into it.
God, it was that Austin Powers. Now.
It was that.
Yeah.
And it was like. Wait, he taught them this dance? When did he teach them this dance?
Where were they practicing? Were they practicing together?
Where were they practicing the dance?
There's a lot of space work happening.
I hate it.
I hated all of it.
It was actually like a little cringeworthy. Like it was fun for a second, and then it became cringy.
Well, it became cringy just because it lasted for so long. Like if it had just went on and then
keep going. No, you keep talking.
Sorry. No, I mean I'm just saying that it would have been fine if it like cut away and then all of a sudden like the characters started talking again or whatever. But no, it just went on for about like 3.5 minutes.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was rough. Did any scenes like stand out?
A couple scenes stand out to me. You know what I really liked?
Stood out
to me.
Jesus.
God, I hate you.
Heaven. Matt.
You know I've been drinking, and you do this all the time.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
When Taylor is telling the story of how she met Matthew Lillard's character, they do a flashback to her at like the beach house or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's this cool, like, I guess, I don't know if it's cool, but I enjoyed it, where, like, Freddie Prinze Jr. and she are, like, walking through the scene as it's happening. I like that. I thought that was cool, like a weird little thing to do.
Yeah, it was kind of different. It's kind of a fun way to, like, go about that, kind of set up their rift or whatever.
Yeah. And then there was the hack-e-sack scene.
Oh yeah, which is why we picked the beer. Yeah,
which does not fit even a little bit, but it's fine.
It was like a poem.
It was
like a free verse poem.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. goes to like Lainey's show, where she is like wearing face paint and like
doing avant-garde,
and doing like
performance art.
Yeah.
With an Arquette.
And he's watching her and he like does not understand it. And then I think she's like kind of fucking with him. She like has the guy. She has the guy at the show say like, "Oh, we have a newcomer here tonight. Like, come up on stage.
We've got a new voice in the crowd."
So then he goes up on stage and he's like scrambling, and he has a hacky sack in his pocket.
Because of course he does. It's the late 90s.
Yeah, and he's like a cool guy in the late 90s. And he plays soccer, so he's got the foot skills.
Also hilarious in that scene that, like, every time they're, like, trying to show him doing a skillful move, they, like, cut away and it's not him.
It just shows him from the chest up.
Or
and
the
then,
legs
like,
down.
the knees down, yeah. Also, how funny it would be if, like, the only reason that they, like, push the fact that he's on the soccer team is so that he can do the hacky sack scene.
That would be pretty funny.
Like, the hacky sack scene's a real deal breaker.
Well,
you know, people aren't going to buy that. So, like, how do we sell the hacky sack scene?
Well, no, because the big rift between him and Paulie Walks happens after he, like, misses a shot on the soccer field.
No, that was during practice. That wasn't a game.
No, that was a game.
No, it wasn't.
I beg to differ.
Okay, go rewind the movie. I'll wait. I'll wait. It was during practice. No, they don't care. They're only over this bet. And Paul Walker has a chip on his shoulder because he thinks Freddie Prinze Jr. like thinks he's better than everybody and like is so used to everyone like kind of kissing his ass around the school.
Do you get that feeling though?
He says that when they're fighting in the locker room.
No. I understand that Paul Walker thinks that. But I'm saying, do you get that feeling from Freddie Prinze Jr. that he actually believes that like he's better than everybody?
No, I think he's pretty vain, but I think he's ultimately not actually a terrible
a nice
guy. Although the bet makes him a bad guy. Like the bet makes him a bad guy.
Sure.
But like he's repentant for that at the end, and he does legitimately fall for Laney Pumpkin Nose. Hey, Pumpkin Nose. Kevin Pollak calls her Pumpkin Nose like 5 times.
Hey, Pumpkin Nose.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you think he was I didn't think he was a bad guy. Do you think Paul Walker's a bad guy?
Paul Walker's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy who like is trying to be nice and Laney to like rub it into like Zach that like that whole thing fell apart, and then he's like at the prom being like, yeah, I'm gonna take this girl back to my hotel room. Spent $300 on it, and like talking it up to anyone who'll listen, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
it didn't really reward bad behavior, except it does reward Freddie Prinze Jr.'s bad behavior for engaging in the bet. But again, he like comes full circle on it.
Right.
You know, he realizes it was wrong and he really falls for it or whatever else. But like, it doesn't reward Taylor Vaughn's bad behavior or Paul Walker's bad behavior at all.
It rewards Taylor Vaughn's bad behavior a little bit. She still is prom queen.
Yeah, but I kind of liked that. I kind of liked that Laney didn't win, and then when she's like, no, I think the person who was supposed to win totally won, because it was like, yeah, because it like made Taylor Vaughn's fucking like world, and like in a weird I think it highlighted the sadness of it.
It's
like,
also
this is like what she lives for.
Right. Well, it's also part of Zach's speech where he's just like, oh, you know, in high school, like this is all some of us will ever be. Like,
yeah, exactly. I think that and Laney saying that like all kind of highlighted that.
Sure.
Yeah, it was good. I actually like wrote down, I like that she didn't win.
Yeah. In your notes. In your little notes.
We both take notes.
In my fucking notes. Yeah, I wrote it down in my notes.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking, where was the one F-bomb? This is a PG-13 movie, apparently.
When Laney finds out that it was a bet, Paul Walker's like, listen, man, it's not cool. People have feelings. The bet's over.
Is that what I am? A bet? A fucking bet?
Yeah. We
should keep track of that on any PG-13 movie where the one F-bomb lands.
It's happened in a couple movies.
For sure.
Where there's just the one.
Yeah.
Only the one.
Because that's all they get.
I think Devil Wears Prada had just the one.
I believe so.
I can possibly.
I mean, we can't do it now. I'm just saying.
Do it now.
In the future.
We have time.
You want to take the time? Let's take the time. Let's go one by one. Pretty Woman.
Stop.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Pretty Woman, there was a Pretty Woman reference at the end where she's just like, I feel like just like Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman, you know, except for the whole hooker thing.
And we both were like, oh!
Not as much as I was like, about the freestyle rap that happens in the courtyard at school.
Oh man, that was so funny too. So like the race for prom queen heats up between Taylor Vaughn and Laney Boggs, and people are either Team Taylor or Team Laney.
Garrett, which were you?
Oh, I was Team Laney the whole time.
I was Team Taylor. No, I was Team Laney. I feel like it would be hard for anyone to be Team Taylor.
Yeah, right. But there's these two guys. Well, there's three guys. There's two guys freestyling. One guy's like beatboxing.
Really nailing the beatboxing.
And they are rapping about the race for prom queen, which I feel like if people are hanging out freestyling, who is going to be voted prom queen towards the bottom of the list of potential topics. Like towards like probably maybe the last thing.
I was just going to say that maybe they should like find like better things to do with their time. Like
No, like that's cool.
Oh,
like,
is it? It's cool.
And they were really good at freestyling.
Sure, but I mean, that wasn't an actual freestyle because this is a movie and that was written for them.
I just didn't buy.
Do you think
that
that's
they were
what M. Night Shyamalan wrote?
He only wrote the freestyle.
He only wrote the freestyle rap.
Well, it might make sense because what comes out at the very end of the freestyle?
She's all that. Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was like.
Something Laney. She's all that. And I was like, oh my God, they said the name of the movie. Yeah, that's the only time they say the name of the movie.
I mean, they said the name of the movie though.
No, I'm saying, but like they, that's when they utter it in the film.
Yes. Yes.
Which is hysterical that like, because I'm watching the freestyle rap happen and it's kind of long.
It's very long.
It's like a minute and a half.
I was gonna say it's at
and
least
I'm like,
a solid minute.
All right, like there's like a rap going on.
It's like a rap battle
about who's going to be prom queen.
One of them thinks Laney. One of them thinks the.
I think they both thought Laney. I think they were like. I think they were. It was collaborative. It wasn't like a battle so much. I think they were both like in on it. You know. Mm-hmm. But they were
a collab battle. You knew I did well, and you were just trying to correct me, and you didn't want it.
You didn't. You didn't.
I did okay.
So. Yeah, I was like, what is the point of this? And then they said the name, and I was like, it was entirely so they could say the name.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Spoilers. We're gonna hit the end of the movie real quick. They go to the prom with different people. He goes with Taylor. She goes with
he goes with his wife.
His
sister.
Yikes! He goes with his sister Anna
played
Paquin,
by Anna Paquin. Yeah.
And he and Taylor Vaughn are named prom king and queen, and she goes with Paul Walker.
Polly Walks. Because she's still like he's trying to convince her that like he's actually into her.
That Paul Walker,
right? To undermine the bet in real life.
Yeah. So then Paul Walker tries to take her back to the hotel and like.
Well, we don't actually see that.
But it does say afterwards that like we got to the hotel and like I think she says he like made a move or something and then she took out the air horn that she blew in his ear.
She blew in his ear.
Like she blew the air horn in his ear.
Right,
yeah.
she blew in his ear. And...
She didn't like blow sweet nothings. Like.
I didn't get that. What makes you think? No, I'm kidding.
So she blew this air horn into his ear, and she's like, "Oh, I hope there's no permanent damage, whatever." I actually liked that. That like, it wasn't like Freddie Prinze Jr. rescued her. It was such a matter of fact thing. It was just after the fact. He was like, "Hey, I hope he didn't try anything." And she's like, "No, I totally handled myself, and he might be deaf now."
I like that too, but I also kind of like that they glazed over it. Like it's not important enough to see.
Yeah. I like that they didn't set it up as like this. Like that wasn't like a pivotal plot point. It was just like, "Oh yeah, him." No, I realized he was a douchebag. Fuck that. You know. And then
progressive. I mean,
and then he ends up. They end up dancing by in her backyard
by the pool,
like by Christmas lights and bushes and shit. And it's fine.
And it's fine, I guess. There's you want to hit the what's it called, the soundtrack? Wow, music.
All right, so the soundtrack.
Sixpence None the Richer.
Sixpence None the Richer.
Kiss Me.
Which is like
Kiss Me.
It's Stop yelling at me. So, Sixpence None, and that's like the theme, kind of same theme song to this movie, I would say, because it like happens in the middle, and then there's a reprise at the end for the credits. Fatboy Slim, Rockefeller Skank.
And nothing else. Good night, everybody. No.
A couple like kind of whack 90s songs.
Oh, Remy Zero.
Stretch Princess, Sugar.
I don't know that.
No idea. No idea.
Wait, is Stretch Princess the band?
Yeah, and then Sugar's the song.
Because I know the band Sugar.
Nope, different.
Nope. Okay.
And then Remy Zero, a song called Prophecy. Yeah, the same band that does the Smallville theme song, which was like, I think it started right around this time too. I think Smallville started 2001? No way to know. No real way to know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like it was okay. It was okay. Did we hit the bet? We didn't really. I think we mentioned it, but so Matt won the bet again. He's the captain of the SS Winnow again. There was no makeover montage. There was like a beach volleyball montage, and there was like a soccer playing montage, and like but there was no makeover montage. The makeover that happens is like pretty insignificant, and pretty quick. Actually, I thought
You don't actually see a whole
lot.
lot of it. You see about 2 seconds of her asking like, "Oh, how come you don't blah blah blah," and that's about it. And then they cut downstairs to Zach hanging out with her brother,
Kieran Culkin, Simon.
Simon.
Yeah, Simon's brother. Yeah. I'm yawning because this movie was a snooze
fest.
All right. I mean, here. Do you think this is a chick flick?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think it's like more of like a young, like if there was a youth,
like a teen not another teen movie. Like a teen movie. Yeah.
But I think it's like not far from the genre. It's like kind of a rom-com. Even though there's not that much com.
There's so little.
Do you think there are any like big life lessons?
Yeah, don't watch this movie.
No, come on. Do you think there's like a life lesson like in the movie?
Don't come on me. Yeah, I mean, just be yourself and people will like you for who you are. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. Do you think there are any lessons that we're missing here? Like,
I don't know.
Don't go to Dartmouth.
Maybe I missed it.
Don't go to Dartmouth. Maybe.
Well, that's a whole other like weird little.
That was
plot,
a stupid, insignificant
subplot.
Insignificant subplot. Yeah.
Although the guy from Animal House, huh?
You don't know my dad.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be my dad. I'm not gonna live his life.
It was like trying to make Freddie Prinze's character interesting. I didn't need it.
I mean, like,
I didn't need to be interested.
He was interested enough.
Yeah. Just the way
was
he
he
was.
though?
Just the way it was. All right. So, I mean, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I mean, like.
I wouldn't. Like now. I feel like years ago I'd been like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Now, like, no. I don't think it holds up. I think it's kind of dated. I think it should die.
I feel like you may have swayed me. Because, like, I said yeah very, very, like, quickly because you asked me.
Knee jerk.
Yeah, like knee jerk. Yeah.
Sure.
But now I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I really had a bad time with this movie. Not like a bad, like it didn't physically harm me.
No, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it to end.
I just was waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happened. It's just like, you know. I think we've also both seen it before.
Hacky sack.
Like, this is one of the few that I think we've both seen and, like, remembered it, like, I guess decent. I didn't remember it before we rewatched it, but as we were watching it, I was like, yep, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this happening. Yep, okay. And it was so perfectly parodied in Not Another Teen Movie that I feel like I've seen it way more recently.
Yeah. That's fair.
Do you think it died? I feel like this movie actually has died. I feel like it's pretty dated. The fashion and just the references.
Really, just all of it, really.
When Freddie Prinze Jr. makes the bullies eat their own pubes.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. First of all, Shermader from fucking American Pie.
Yeah. There are bullies that are roughhousing and bullying Simon, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. comes and saves Simon and like stands up for him and makes the bullies eat the pizza that they just put pubes on in front of everyone, which seemed worse somehow.
I was all for it, actually. Fuck you, piece of shit. Not you. I mean, the bullies.
And me.
But probably you.
Yeah.
A little bit you.
Okay. All right. It comes
This just went from PG-13 to R.
Yeah. We have far exceeded our 1F.
A bunch. So, many Fs.
Yeah, I did want to hit that weird pube scene. What did the critics think about this movie, Matt?
Let me check the Roddy
Tomatoes? Yeah, what did Roddy Tomatoes say?
And we're scrolling, and here we go. Roddy Tomatoes. Here we go. So the tomato meter, which is again the critic score, is 40%.
Higher than I thought it'd be.
I think lower than I thought it would be.
What's the audience score?
Especially since Siskel gave it like a favorable review.
What's the audience score comparatively?
It's 55%, Garrett.
That's lower than I thought it'd be. I thought this would be like a 70 audience score.
70? That's high.
I thought it would be.
What was the last movie we just watched? That like had like a 70 score, and I was like, Crazy Stupid Love had like a 70 score.
And that was great.
Right, and then I'm saying you think this also should have had a 70?
No, I don't think it should have. I said it like I would have expected it. Because I feel like this was well received when it came out. It was just that song.
It really just keeps coming back.
Fatboy Slim and Sixpence None the Richer sold this movie to the masses. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Where would you put it in your list?
This is actually... I thought this was going to be really easy. I'm going to tell you. I don't think it's as easy as I thought it would. Do you have a solid idea where you're going to... I need to think.
Yeah, no, this is going to be above Blue Crush and under Crossroads. This is worse than Crossroads for me.
No, really?
Yeah, I sincerely think so. Because I was just like, I was bored. Like
Right.
I
Almost like the Made in Manhattan type thing, where it was just nothing.
it just felt like a lot of nothing.
Okay, so this is your new 28.
Yep. So it's just below. No, I'm sorry. No,
It's your new 29.
It's new 29. It's just under Crossroads and just above Blue Crush. My last movie is still Made in Manhattan. This was pretty close to Made in Manhattan, which is going to be 34 now. And
Math is hard.
my number one is still Moonstruck. What do you got?
I'm also going to put it pretty low.
How low can you go?
I'll tell you what.
How low can you go?
This is really fucking hard. I actually am having a hard time with this. I want to put it below Blue Crush.
5.
No. Don't time me.
4. 3.
Okay, I'm going to put it below Blue Crush as well.
And above Sorority Row?
Above Sorority Row. Sorority Row is hot trash. Like, really bad. So it would be my new number 30.
Okay.
I think 30. I don't know. Math is again hard.
Okay. Number 1 still?
Number 1 is still Devil Wears Prada. And number 34.
Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan. So this is 31, not 34. Sorry.
All right.
Math is hard.
Did we hit the bet? Yeah, we hit the bet. We hit the beer. Yeah, did we hit the beer? Did this die? Yeah, I think it died. We ranked it. We saw Roddy Tomatoes. I think we're all set, man. Have we butchered this movie? The analysis thereof? I think that says it all.
I think it might.
All right, so that about
Take us home, Garrett.
That about does it for this episode of Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks. We hope you enjoyed She's All That more than we did. If you want to reach out to us, it's drunkguysonchickflicks@gmail.com, at TGOCF on Twitter, Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks on Instagram, some sort of Facebook. Look it up, and or Google. We're available on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, and wherever other podcasts can be heard. Maybe
YouTube.
You can also listen to us on YouTube. I still don't understand that.
Because we're old.
But yeah, send us a request or something for episode 35. Maybe we'll take it. Who knows?
We also wouldn't hate letting us know like
a fan club sort of thing.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say
street team,
drink and movie connections, because this is getting difficult.
If there's a movie, honestly, that you want to hear about,
and you have an idea,
you love, and like you want to think of a cool pairing.
Honestly,
get creative. Let's turn to Pinterest on this.
Here's the real thing. I don't even give a shit if it connects. If you guys want to just say, like, watch Princess Diaries and make us drink tequila, I'm in. Straight tequila.
Yeah.
Just make the call.
Yeah, either way. So reach out. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.